Hi there, Izzy from Digital Goja Showrooms, and today we're going to take a look at how to work with the Altura Photo E-TTL flash for Canon and the Altura Photo wireless trigger set. I scoured the internets, I looked on Amazon, eBay, some of the blogospheres, customer service questions, customer service emails, and I put together a combination of the most asked questions that people have about working with these products. So if this video is helpful to you, remember to click the like button underneath and subscribe to our channel for future tutorials and also other sessions. Any comments or questions, remember to put them underneath. What are the different modes in my Altura Photo E-TTL flash for Canon? Well, let's turn it on first of all. Now, you're going to hear a little bit of a grinding noise. That's just the flash activating. This is not going to affect your imaging whatsoever. And then as you press the mode button, first let's get the background to light up. Your LCD lights up by just barely touching the on-off button. That activates the light. And then you can switch between modes by pressing the mode button. The first one that shows up, which is the most popular, is TTL. That means through the lens metering, so your flash is going to use the metering system in your camera to give you the correct exposure. Again, the most popular. And in that mode, you can even work in the full auto and it will function properly because now the camera and the flash become one and it works automatically for it. And you can even work this on the full auto mode, which is the green AI mode. And on this mode, again, the camera and the flash are one, so it knows how much output to do and it'll synchronize automatically for you. Now your next mode is your manual mode, and this is the one where you, if you're a photo enthusiast, can be a little bit more creative and you can change the output of the strobe. And in this mode, now the strobe is the one that's coming up with the amount of power. It's not using the metering system in your camera. So this is a little bit more for the advanced enthusiasts. Maybe some of you starters out there might not want to go into this mode immediately right away. Your next mode is your repeat mode. This is the mode that you can choose how many times your strobe will fire per second and also at the power ratio. So it's great if you're doing continuous shooting. This is a very popular one for the photographers that are doing fast action shooting with their strobe. And of course, the next mode, when we go here, we now go to the S1 mode. And this is their wireless mode, so you can use the flash wirelessly. Very simple to work with. Place the flash onto the appropriate stand that comes with it. Lock it in place. Again, this doesn't have to be super tight, but it has to be tight enough so that it holds it in place. And remember, this is line of sight. So now you have to make sure that this, which is your sensor, is aimed at your camera. That's the way that it's going to guarantee that it reads the light source. Now in this mode, you should not be working on the full automatic. You should be working on either aperture value, time value, manual, or program. I prefer manual. I'm old school. This way I can set my shutter speed, which for most flashes, it works better at 1/125th of a second. And here's where you pop up the flash. And now, again, this has to be aimed at the direction of the strobe. So when your primary flash fires off, now your Altura flash works as a backup or even as a main light source, but you want to guarantee that the head is aimed at the subject matter. This sensor always has to be facing your primary strobe, whether it's the built-in strobe or another strobe that you have on your camera. Now, the next mode is the S2 mode, which is for TTL. This means if you have your primary strobe set to TTL, it's going to read the light off of here better, and this flash is now going to ignore the pre-flashes that the TTL ones do. So that way it fires correctly and it doesn't pre-fire. And when you press mode again, you're back to the beginning, back to TTL. And remember, light source, especially if you're working in a dark environment, kicked on that little on-off switch a little bit, and that lights up your backlighting for your LCD.